Hey folks, welcome back. I am in my car because it is pouring out, and I'll adjust that a little bit. I guess I've got to look over here. So, sorry for the mega close-up, I guess. But I started a fire in my stove, and it is so hot in there, folks, and open the windows, and it's still too warm, folks. So, I know the last time I was on, I did a part 1 of the guinea fowl video. I did a part 2, but it was toward the end of the night, and I was like really stumbling over my words, folks. So I just got rid of that, and I'll do a part 2 on that, and maybe a part 3. I'm not sure. But today, well, since Thursday, I guess. Yeah, Thursday. I was walking the fence line up behind the guinea coop, and I was watching where I was going, folks. I'm always careful up there, but the fence is like 25 years old. It's old beagle wire, and it's 6 feet high. Over there, it's 6 feet high, and the cedar post and the spruce post are rotting where it was in the ground because it's been in there so long, and they kind of lean over. So a couple of times a year, I lean them back up and brace them, right? So I was walking the fence line, folks, and I didn't see it, but one of the wires from the top of the fence was sticking out. Actually, there was quite a few of them, and I never saw it, and they're so fine, folks, and rusty, and really rusty, folks, that it caught my eye. Now, see that right there? It's looking a whole lot better. So I didn't know what got me, but I knew something got me pretty good, and instantly my eye started watering. But when I went to wipe with a clean part of my hand, folks, because I had just got done handling babies and mamas, right? So with the back of my hand, which was the cleanest at the time, I rubbed down here because water was running from here, and well, in here too, but from over here. And something made me look down at the back of my hand, and it was blood. So what I did was I punctured part of my eye, and well, down between the bottom of the eyelid and the eye, I punctured that, right? So that was a little painful, and it still is. But anybody that's ever hurt one eye, you have a hard time seeing out of the other too, right? So I was halfway up between my place and Shay's, and I would open my eyes as much as I could, and to see where my line of path was, shortcut to the house, and then I would, use my hands to keep anything from my face as I walked through the woods and the brush. It was a little bit of a clearing there, folks. So I take 2 or 3 steps gently, and then kept doing that until I got to my garden, and then I made my way to the house. First thing I knew I needed to do was to flush my eye out, right? Because old rusty wire is not good, folks. It's just not good. And here we go about the first aid kit, right? The first aid kit, everything needs to be so you can get it if you have one or both hands injured. And what if you can't see very good, folks? What if you can't see? I'm coming up with all kinds of scenarios that have happened to me, and I thought I was pretty prepared, folks. I really did. So I knew I couldn't put some water. Mind you, this rain is helping, but my water is not drinkable. It's not clear. I do have some water in there, but it looks like real strong iced tea. So it's not clear by any means, and that was certainly not clear enough to flush my eye out, right? You need some good sterile water for that. So I have a jug of water that I had just bought from the store. Every time I go, I just grab a jug and put it off to the side, because you just never know, folks, right? So, and I knew I had to have sterile hands because I could not find my eye flusher thing. I don't even know what you call it. The little porcelain cup that you flush your eye out with. I couldn't find that because I could barely see, right? So I finally got into the first aid kit on the other first aid kit and found some surgical gloves. So I put one of those on, poured some water from the water jug, store-bought distilled water, and made a pool in my hand and flushed my eye out that way. So when I got done doing that and felt satisfactory that everything was good, I put some saline in there just to give it another extra flush. And then once I could see a little bit better out of this eye, because this eye was watering, because this eye, you hurt one eye and this eye is affected too. I found this, which I knew to keep on hand anyway. Where am I? Okay. I don't have my glasses on, but it's lubricant eye ointment. Now, I've had to use this before when I had a young chick peck my eye. Took a chunk right out of my eye, right up here. Apparently, I was looking over here, and the chick was over here, and it got my eyeball. Took a chunk right out, folks. So, I had to wear a patch over that eye when that happened. So I had this on hand. I had bought 2 of them when I bought them, and this one had been unopened. I used the other tube when I had that other eye injury. That poor eye is seeing a lot of damage, folks. So what this is the PM version. You lower your lid and you put a little ointment down in, and then you close it back up, and then it's going to make your eye very blurry because it's going to coat your whole eyeball. Okay, that's why it's for nighttime use. Okay, so you won't be able to see out of it if you need to during the day. So lubricant eye ointment is something I highly recommend that you get for your first aid kit. Alright, also one of those, I can't remember the name of it, but it's a small porcelain cup you put over your eye with saline or some fresh sterile water in there, so you can really give your eye a good flush. You should have one of those too, folks. Excuse me, I just had a little bit of coffee. See, I keep looking over here, and I'm supposed to be looking over here, folks. Over here, so I don't know. So, and I keep saying that I'm prepared, and there's something seems to come up that reminds me that no, you aren't as prepared as you think you are. So I am not going to have a small shoebox tote, which I found one with the clamp lid. I found a couple of those, so I bought them. There's only 2 left, so I bought those. I am not going to have one for a burn kit, I'm going to have one for a burn kit, and I'm going to have one for a bee kit. And I've got my first aid kit, folks. But that's in, like I said, it's in a big tote, and that needs to be organized a little bit better, because small things like this tend to work, if you move them around, they tend to work down to the bottom of the tote right now. Even though I had this and some Visine and some urine and some, what is it, fresh eye, something like that. I've got all the first aid kit for eye damage that's in small containers like this in a Ziploc bag, but that somehow seems to keep working down to the bottom of the tote. So, you know, it is what it is, and you can't have 100 totes labeled eye treatment, burn treatment, sting treatment, cut treatment, surgical treatment. You just can't have, well, you can, but it's going to take up a lot of space, right? So however you need to do that, but I would strongly encourage you get one of those small or porcelain eye cup flushers. I really would. And again, saline is so very important for a lot of things, and it really helped my eye quite a lot. And then some of this, okay? There's several brands out there. I remember getting this at a local Hannaford's, and this is the only brand that they had. It's the same thing, folks. It's the same thing. So, there you go. So, sorry I haven't made a video. Work has been just incredible. I'm working a full-time job and a part-time job, right? And trying to do that with an injured eye has been a struggle. And, you know, it doesn't take much. Just an eye issue while you're trying to do your work. It's just, it seems to tire you out faster by the end of the day. So I've just been crashing, folks. So I apologize. I haven't abandoned you. I promise I haven't abandoned you. Life comes up, and it just is what it is. Now I know that I've gotten a few more subscribers. Thank you very much. And I also noticed that I've lost a couple. That's the thing with YouTube. If you don't keep up on videos, at least one video a day or every other day or several a day or a live stream going live on an occasion, or if you don't make these long 1 or 2 hour videos, then people kind of seem to forget you, and they kind of leave your channel, right? That's just the way it is. But life is life, and the numbers are just numbers, right? But I did for a few moments notice that I got, at one point I had exactly 2,000 subscribers. It has gone down to one less now. Now there is one person that has discovered my channel that has been watching a lot of my older videos as well as the new ones. Thank you very much. Thank you for all the nice comments. And again, I haven't responded to too much of anything because I've been having a hard time to see. All right. So there's where I'm at. I am I'm winding down the day, and I'm going to go put this on my eye, which means I know I won't be able to see very well. So, and this right here, believe it or not, as much as it's been damaged, that's my best eye. This one over here is not as good as this eye, and this is the one that keeps getting damaged. Figure that out. I don't know. So, I am going to go in, try to catch up on some sleep, put this on first, and probably open a couple of windows where I'm going to try to sleep, right? So, I haven't abandoned you. Thank you for not abandoning me. And I'll get back at you, and I'll finish that other video. I'll redo the second part at least, and get back to making regular videos if nothing else comes up, right? Alright, so you all have a good night. Thank you very much for sticking around, and you all be safe, and at least think about stuff like this, alright? Thank you. Bye-bye.